So I thought I would make another video today just because this week has been, well, it's only Wednesday and it's been quite difficult. It's coming up to Christmas, which I always find quite a difficult time of year. A lot of people are like, oh, why? It's so much fun, enjoy it. But I think I said it, I think it comes down to that pressure of sort of, actually wanting to enjoy it. And when you yourself have mental health issues and sort of there is this sort of constant state of just, I know for me it's all very up and down anyway, but when you have depression and anxiety, the two sort of do conflict with each other, and sometimes it's hard to sort of really know where you stand and what your head's actually trying to tell you. It can be sometimes difficult to trust it. It's also my birthday at the end of the month, and well, I don't really like that. But I think I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to sort of what Christmas should be. But yeah, I've been applying for many a job, and many a rejection has been coming back, and I don't know, it's just stinging a little bit more than it should, perhaps. Yeah, I feel like things are all right. I've been thinking a lot about what I actually want to do. This is a question which, I don't know, it's always there, people are like, oh, what do you want to do, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, but I am someone who doesn't necessarily plan, but sometimes that's not necessarily the way to go. But I actually sort of am asking myself that question, what do I want? And that comes in many factors in all parts of life, not just what do I want to be, what do I want to do, who do I want to be with. It's more about, I don't know, understanding myself. But I mean, I wrote this down, I think it was backwards. What do I actually want to do? Because I've been applying for jobs and just pinging them off for the sake of it, but with that there's a lack of filtering. It's all very well sending off a mazillion CVs to people, but well, I think it's really important that the quality is there. Do I want to say something? Yeah, it is. I think, yeah, I had therapy 2 years ago, and I've been having it again for the past month or so, and I don't know, it's opened my eyes quite a lot to who I actually am. But I don't know, I recently wrote a blog post about sort of this idea of being content and the idea of sort of how to deal with uncertainty, because I am someone who does fight it. Because it's funny, I make art and I'm like, ooh, but all the experimental, no. I make art and I'm all about the experimentation and the freedom of it, but when it comes down to things, I sort of, well, in my head I tell myself I'm a real control freak, which people have told me I'm not, but maybe it's just because I see in myself, and I'm very self-aware, but sometimes that's a bit annoying because it's sort of like, ooh, do I stop myself doing things because I don't know. What was I saying? I don't even remember. But yeah, I've spoken to a few, that was it, blog post. I wrote a blog post about uncertainty, and I had quite a few people messaging me suggesting things they do to sort of, at this time of year, stay sort of level-headed, shall we say, head above the water. Painter Ella suggested mindfulness, which is something I really do need to try. And some people, actually no, a lot of people have said to me, have you tried this? And again I'm like, yeah. But I actually do need to. So same with writing things down, actually facing my things. I've been keeping this thing called thought diaries, because I am someone who's a bit irrational up there sometimes due to overthinking. But when you write things down and sort of actually think, it makes it more rational. I've sort of been saying, okay, here's the situation, I think, oh my god, I can't control it. What are the things that show it's true? What are the things that show it false? And quite often, a lot of the things are just me being pernickety, I like that word, with things. But that isn't good for the old mind palace. I have been doing some volunteering type things to sort of keep busy. I don't know, yesterday I had a real urge, and I've had a real drive just to sort of help people. But yeah, writing the blog post was a new one because I've not been on my blog in over a year. And it was just good to sort of get it out. I think it's, I don't know, it's frustrating because I've always struggled with my words. We'll say, you know, there's just like, use your words, but I'm sometimes a bit too visual for my own good. But I think it's also difficult for me because I am someone who has so much on the go. At the moment, the momentum for me isn't really there. And I don't know, sometimes, well, especially this time of year, even little things like getting outside the house, like opening the front door and leaving it, when most days that just comes naturally. I think when I get to that point, it's sort of like, hang on a minute, take a step back and actually realise, you know, it's okay, you are allowed to leave the house and go for a walk. But I say that getting a job was the next step for me. I think it is actually. I think I need to, because that's the whole sort of, you know, the 5-year plan thing, which, I don't know, that's what I've got to think about this week. For my next session. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about sharing that, but I guess it's important to know that talking about it is okay. But I'm not even really sure what this was. It was just me sort of just talking, and yeah. This time of year is hard. And I've had a few knockbacks, but I'm trying to find ways and build things from myself and for myself to move forward, and slow down, not be so yeah. I don't know what this was.